These games are ranked by play score, a standard rating that averages gamer and critic reviews. Opening our list of top 10 hack and slash PC games is Icy. This indie side-scrolling hack and slash adventure was an unexpected hit during its release. It's a 2D story of a girl named Icy, but it goes way deeper than that. The devs stated the game will break the fourth wall, thus calling it a metagame. While the action is stylish and dazzling, the game prompts the player to go in a straight path. Moving away from protocol gives the game a bizarre feeling of, where are we now? Who am I? It's one of Icy's finest points, which made it an instant hit. Take down cyborg creatures and get drawn into its fast-paced combat. But mind the objectives, or not. It receives a play score of 8.20. 9 is Prince of Persia: The Two Thrones. Alongside Capcom's Devil May Cry series, this was one of the early hack and slash games that became a reference point for the future of the genre. After the events of The Warrior Within, follow the prince as he continues his journey of preserving time. It's a more darker approach to the series' story. The most unique feature of the Prince of Persia series comes from its time manipulating element. It enables the players to slow down, rewind, or basically change the tide of each danger with the flow of time. Stabbing and slicing enemies with your dagger of time is essential. Aside from that, it's also a puzzle platformer that enables you to solve mechanical puzzles with the use of time. It's an instant classic that receives a play score of 8.25. 8 is Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. Capcom's gift to mankind marks its fourth return. It's Devil May Cry at its peak. Its Special Edition enables you to play the series' Femme Fatales and Virgil as additional characters. Capcom never fails to amaze everyone with its stylish actions, crazy one-liners, and a soundtrack so hardcore. It's not a Devil May Cry game without sweet metal music. Additionally, the game offers a more refined combat and an additional difficulty setting. Just like its original, two characters are playable in the game's main story, Nero and Dante himself. It's divided into two separate stories that interweaves in the game's climax to stop a religious threat. Now, where's Devil May Cry 5? It receives a play score of 8.28. 7 is Diablo 2, the hack and slash game that started it all, spawning a generation of action RPGs and most of the games in this list. Before you wax nostalgic and yell at us for putting it so low, it's still a game from the year 2000 and it falls behind several key innovations. But for its time, Blizzard's second Diablo title is practically flawless in execution. So much so that thousands still play it today, not only for its multiplayer option, but also for its equally enjoyable single-player campaign. It improved over the clunky original title with its fluid and friendly combat, awesome bosses, and exciting drops. Don't even get us started with the Secret Cow level. It was so fantastic, it was almost addicting, and it holds well today, with a play score of 8.36. 6 is Darksiders. Play as one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse and immerse yourself in a literal post-apocalyptic Earth. Stripped of his powers by the sacred Charred Council, War has one more chance to find truth in the devastated planet or face his bloody execution. Caught between an angry choir of angels and demonic forces of hell, you must do whatever you can to restore your honor. Mount the fiery ruin and carve your reign of chaos across the vibrant planes of existence. Solve puzzles, wield a unique arsenal of weapons, and weave through its hellish narrative. Whether or not it's too easy or too hard, one thing's for sure, it's fun as hell. It has a play score of 8.45. 5 is Tales of Berseria, the 16th in a series that has lasted over 2 decades. Bandai Namco presents us with a Tales game that manages to be both fresh and faithful to its long-spanning formula. Instead of Tales' usual joyful atmosphere, expect a darker adventure as you embark on a quest for vengeance in the world of desolation. Journey along with Velvet Crow and her party of diverse characters, brought together by the struggles in their unforgiving world. Released a year after Zestiria, this prequel boasts a variety of welcome improvements. Bask in smooth frame rates, helpful hotkeys, and polished combat system. Generic environment and backtracking locations aside, Berseria provides an emotional experience with its storytelling and lovable characters. It has a play score of 8.51. 4 is DMC Devil May Cry. Ninja Theory's reboot of the series puts Dante and Virgil on center stage. Explore Dante's origin story and take part in his exploits as a demon hunter, coming to terms with his identity. While he's still more devil than angel, Dante has a few tricks up his sleeve. take Rebellion, Ebony and Ivory up for a spin in a demon-controlled limbo city that's out for Nephilim blood. Work together with Virgil and stop the Demon King Mundus from taking over the world. With his new half-angel moveset, call upon Osiris and Arbiter to dash across gaps or pull enemies closer. While it differs in many ways from the classic series, it's still the same hack-and-slash fun with a play score of 8.54. Third is Grim Dawn. It's not unusual for crowdfunded games to blow up into historic masterpieces, but Grim Dawn is something else entirely. Despite its limited budget, Create Entertainment managed to create a game that delivers old-school hack-and-slash action and upgrades it with rewarding loot and complex character development. Make use of its dual class system that lets you combine its 6 classes with a score of different skills and modifiers. Despite its lack of randomized dungeons, the game scores high on replayability thanks not only to its hybrid class system, but also to its open world design that doesn't really hold your hand. Step inside this gritty Victorian-era fantasy and help rebuild the world. It has a play score of 8.62. Second is Torchlight 2. The award-winning action RPG makes a stellar return, with renewed spunk and attitude. First off, don't be fooled by this game's cartoony exterior. It doesn't have the dark and gritty world of Diablo, but people just can't help but compare the two. If anything, it's definitely more Diablo 2 than 3. Dive into its vibrant world filled with deadly beasts, rewarding loot, and rich interactive environment. Although it's totally welcoming of multiplayer gameplay, it still makes for a great single-player experience with its awesome side quests and no requirement for internet connectivity. Play and master its 4 different classes with highly customizable skill trees and roam around its randomized lands with their adorable collection of pets. It has a play score of 8.77. Here are the runners-up before we reveal the number 1. Strider. Combining the past titles, Double Helix and Capcom resurrects the Assassin Strider and sends her on another deadly mission. It has a play score of 8.13. Path of Exile. Walk through the Path of Exile and create your most personal journey with their intricate character customizations. It has a play score of 8.09. Transformers Devastation. Platinum Games has inject their trademark over-the-top action into the epic brawls of the mighty Autobots. It receives a play score of 8.01. Dungeon Siege 2, a sequel to an award-winning hack-and-slash. Venture once again to the land of Ebb and face off with a new villain. It has a play score of 8.00. Titan Quest. Battle your way through an ancient world brought to you by folks at Iron Lore Entertainment. It has a play score of 7.94. You can get these games right now by clicking the link in the description box below. And the best hack-and-slash game on the PC is Bayonetta. For 8 years, PC owners did nothing but drool as Kamiya brings another hack-and-slash masterpiece to consoles. No one expected it, but like a witch in the night, she swoops in with her long legs and angel-killing hair to a backdrop of deafening applause. Widely regarded as one of, if not the best hack-and-slash game ever, the seductive Bayonetta receives high marks on her first release. With this recent port, she proves that witches age well. Unlike Nier Automata, Platinum Games gave this one a masterful stroke with its smooth frame rates and 4K resolution support. Fall under her spell and prepare for some over-the-top angel massacres with killer locks and loaded guns because this game has a play score of 8.88.